Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Here in the home of the Slightly Above Average Ship Review, we have the early access cruiser line coming out now on the Russian tree. I guess they're heavy cruisers. I guess we could say that. This is a destroyer from the last Russian early access tree. The alternate destroyers, I don't want to call them torpedo boats, they're not. They're just more balanced than the gunboats in the original line. And this is the Tier 7 balanced destroyer, the Udaloi. As you can see, we are here on the Atlantic in a domination match. And the Udaloi, I'll tell you what, it is a tough ship to have a great game in. You can be effective, you can have good games. It's tough to have a great game due to the lack of the true concealment slash torpedo boat commander. All right, there's a look at the teams, sixes and sevens. No aircraft carriers. And we're just going to do what we do in a match like this, head towards the nearest cap circle and try to cap it out. Udaloi has an extra turret. Those are twin turrets, twin 130s. Um, it was hard for me to find out any information about this ship. I guess Wargaming has access to special documents that us plebeians do not. Um, I really couldn't find a design that the ship came from. So maybe they just added an extra turret onto an existing destroyer. Who knows? All right. I don't know why I was looking at that again. Maybe to see what the opponent destroyers were. It matters not. So these alternate line destroyers are characterized by having a better range for the torpedoes once they're fully upgraded and a much slower reload on the guns. A lot of them have twin turrets, twin 130s. I don't remember about the Sprazatelli. I don't think that one does, but the Bovoi does, and the Kiev does, and so does the ship the Udaloi. All right, we are torping at the ships in the middle. The Zara just became visible. Also, I want to say I think these destroyers in the alternate line have good armor piercing, much like the early access cruisers right now have good armor piercing. Those are the Zara's torpedoes. You can tell because they're moving very slowly. There are some other ships out there off our starboard bow, but it is the ships to the middle we are concerned about. As you can see, we got a torpedo strike on one of those ships, and I think I'm just going to flip around here to get my other launcher into action here, and there we are. And just checking to see where the boundary is. And I think I'm just going to turn in as we get our first solo cap of Alpha. And it's hard for me to remember. This match seems like so long ago. My brain has been fried by doing those Halloween missions. So just want to give a quick shout out to everybody who watched and liked Halloween Mission Part 1, Saving Transylvania, my most watched video of all time, or Halloween Mission Part 2, A Light in the Dark, my most liked video of all time. We're up to 65 subscribers to the channel at the time of the recording, which is like the 23rd, I think, of October. So really appreciate that. Um, if you know somebody who you think would enjoy a average player's review of a ship to give you an idea of what you're going to do in the ship, that's the whole reason for the channel. Um, then please share the links. But I appreciate the likes and the subscribes. All right, we launched at the Bismarck, who's trying to feloniously take Alpha away from us, and we just won't stand for that here at the Udaloi. I don't think we're going to shoot at him, but we're going to watch these torpedoes. And we're going to catch him with one torpedo, which is better than no torpedoes. These torpedoes aren't great at anything. They do a fair amount of damage, but they're not fast. They're not stealthy. Um, they're just middle of the road torpedoes. And this is a middle of the road ship. It is not a gunboat. So don't be fooled by that. All right, we strayed a little too close to the Bismarck, so I smoked up, and then I think afterwards I realized I should have braked before I smoked up. But anyway, somebody kills the Bismarck, so we don't have to worry about that. So we're gonna correct our heading here. The Zara is still behind the island. So that is that, and we will move on with our day. Really nice thing, Udaloi has a couple of heals here, so we are going to avail ourselves of one of those heals and gain a little bit of hit points back. All right, so looking at the map, I'm like, if I go into Bravo, there's another destroyer in that area. You can see the white outline of that destroyer near Bravo. So we're just kind of headed this way, hoping we run into him. Maybe. There he is. It is a Benham. Benham's got some good guns, got some really weak torpedoes. I think I can out DPM the Benham with my superior Alpha Strike. He was shooting at someone else. That is a mistake. It gives us a couple of free salvos, although the second one was not particularly impressive. We're going to go bow on because we can still get two turrets on and use that opportunity to send some torpedoes out. Turning back, some more HE damage. And then again, we're kind of bow tanking the Benham. He can't get away from our torpedoes. Kill number 2. And we are going to go in here and get our second solo capture, this time of Bravo. Enemy destroyer pops up on the screen, doesn't have a ton of health. So I will keep that in mind. They do have 2 destroyers left. Oh, did I say the Benham was my second kill? It was just my first kill. Pardon. Pardon me. All right, Z-23, we got a Colorado who's near death. Another destroyer right there that just popped up, but I don't know what it is. Hatsuharu, maybe? Colorado, just checking his movement. I think we are going to pot shot on him there, just cuz. Yeah, not very impressive. Shiny horse over here. In fact, their entire living team is over here in Charlie. Just going to pause here for a second to get our second solo cap. You're going to have to do stuff like this in this destroyer to have good games, folks. You're going to have to get those caps, going to have to defend the caps. Torque when you can. You don't have great concealment. You can see 5.6 kilometers. So it's a working man's destroyer. You can't gunboat. You can't stealth torque as much as the ships that are optimized for that. So you're going to have to do a little bit of everything to get your points. All right, just gauging the Colorado and the Scharnhorst movements. I do launch, hoping the Scharnhorst runs into those. Z-23 a little too far away. Blue team destroyer is shooting at the Shiratsuyu. And I will shoot at the Shiratsuyu, who unleashed a torrent of torpedoes. He is torped out. And this is the kind of thing you need to do in this ship, and that is bully the torpedo boats. Now here I didn't really pay attention, so I ate a torpedo there. That was my bad, and that's probably going to be the thing that ultimately ends up killing us. But the Shiratsu can't get away. We also killed the Shiny Horse for a double strike, hoping for a triple strike, launch at the Colorado, and turn to engage the Z-23. Asking for help. I think one of my teammates is like, "Oh, get back." Yeah, what if I could, guy? We don't have any torpedoes left on this side of the ship. You know, I mean, as they like to say in Fallout, it's all over but the crying. It is only a matter of time before he engages his sonar, and there it is, and he's going to take us out. The Colorado died, by the way, right after I launched those torpedoes. So for a middle of the road destroyer, there you can see I was just blind shooting before he popped up. You are going to be hard pressed to beat a ship like the Z-23. I mean, I hate to say it, we might chop to the end of the battle here. This may be the worst, like middle of the road destroyer. We did get a double strike, 76,506 total damage, 7 torpedoes, and 3 kills, 2 solo caps, 359,000 silver, 4367 ship XP, and commander XP. And there we are at the top of the board in the Udaloi, 2911 with the 3 big kills. We're going to go to the port and look at the Udaloi, but back to what I was saying, the destroyers with main battery reload boosters are going to be able to outgun you. The gunboats are going to be able to outgun you. The destroyers with sonar are going to be able to spot you and tear you up. You can't spot them. So you're going to have to count on bullying the torpedo boats like we did with the Shiratsu. Okay, those are going to be your most reliable destroyer on destroyer kills. So, because you don't do enough DPM to be a true gunboat, you just don't. All right, here in the port, looking at the Udaloi, we got aiming system mod 1, steering gear mod 2, concealment system mod 1, and we went with torpedo launcher mod 3. Just didn't like the other options. The Udaloi is fully upgraded, as you can see here. Consumables, we got 2 repair parties, 2 engine boosts, and 2 smoke generators. Don't know what they're talking about. Unlocked a new ship. It's the top of the line. Rear battle booster for movement speed and reducing the reload time. We got that temporary Type 1 camo and the early adopter flag. 18,800 hit points with our build. We got those 3 twin 130s, 11-kilometer firing range, 7.5-second reload, 9-second turret traverse. That's shocking that it's so good. 1900 HE shell damage, 8% fire chance. AP shells do 2600 damage. Sorry I couldn't showcase any of that. 3 quintuple launchers reload every 85 seconds. They do 15,100 damage, 8-kilometer range at 65 knots, detectability 1400 meters. So good torpedoes, just not great torpedoes in any way. AA, you can see your battery is dual purpose and does count for AA defense, but this isn't a particularly strong number. 39.1 knots, 610-meter turning circle, 4.3-second rudder shift time, and concealment. 5.6 on the surface, 3.2 from the air, 2.9 when you're firing in smoke. All right, let's go take a look at our commander. Level 16, legendary level 3, Anton Gurin. Base trait increases AP capability of the shells. We got Swirsky and Bay as our inspirations. Quick Fix in row 1, Look at Me Now in row 2, Perceptive in row 3. We went with Smoke on the Water and Unstoppable. Went with Smoke on the Water because I didn't like the rudder ship penalty with sidestep for this ship. So your mileage may vary. Um, uh, when you put it on, you can see it goes to 4.8. And I just felt that those parts of a second do count. So we'll go back and look again. It goes down to 4.3. So about a half a second. But for this ship, I think it matters. So that's why we went with that. I like the other stuff it does. I just don't like the rudder ship penalty. So if we could have put another rudder ship thing in the 4th slot instead of the torpedo reload thing, I would have done that. All right, that is the Udaloi. I hope you enjoyed it and give it a like if you did. Of course, always welcome new subscribers. So if you're one of the 85% of people watch my videos, please consider subscribing on the only channel self-funded entirely by a guy with no intention of being a CC. Thanks for watching. See you next time.